HLOOKUP is not in class test 4. It's only VLOOKUP, and then it's the sorting and the subtotals, and then the borders. It's, you know, and the if statements, the if or, normal if, and if and. And that was covered in the previous videos that you can go and watch the previous classes. You can also just go onto YouTube, as I previously said, just to save time. Okay, so is everyone fine? Please send your name and student number, or your surname and student number, in the chat. Hey guys, no one is telling me that they don't hear me, because I've been speaking now, but no one sends a message to say that they can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? My mic was muted actually.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
ma'am.
We can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, so did you guys hear the part where I explained why class is starting at 11 exactly?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry? Okay,
yes,
yeah.
ma'am. I'm going to see doctor.
No,
yes.
ma'am, I didn't.
Yeah, I'm going to see the doctor. So, yep, that's the reason why. So I'm going to quickly start. I'm also just going to do a recording tonight for you guys, just to make 100% sure that I cover, just like it's just a recap video for the stuff that will be in the class test. But you'll be covered. I mean, we've covered everything before. Okay, the only thing now is the subtotals column. Just give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. As Sammy said, I'll share my screen. Okay, cool. So let me just get to the first one. I'll start with subtotals before I start with the sorting. The sorting is just a bit of time, but it's not as, it's important, but not as important as the subtotals, okay? And then I'll just show you the solution for the HLOOKUP, because I believe most of you have done the HLOOKUP exercise, exercise 7.3. Okay, so let me just share my screen quickly. For those of you just joined, you guys know the drill, your surname and student number in the chat. So I'm going to share my Excel spreadsheet. If you don't see it, please let me switch off here. It's not further disturbance. Okay, everyone can see that? Everyone can view that? Okay, cool. Kabelo,
Yes.
can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Asanda. Thank you, Yanga. Okay, cool. So, as I said, sorry, remember class test 4, if you haven't seen the WhatsApp, if you weren't in class on Friday, this is the scope for class test 4. Formatting, sorting, borders, please write it down or take a screenshot, which saves you time. Just 1 second. I need to share the whole screen. I'm realizing now that it doesn't show. Okay, cool. Just check chat. Okay, cool. So, class test 4. There's a mic that's on. Do you mind just muting, please? Let me just see whose mic is on. Okay, thank you, Ms. Matsolo. Okay, scope, class test 4, formatting, sorting, borders. Okay, so it's all types of formatting. You know, where one is currency, numbers, general, etc. Those type of formatting. Then sorting and your borders. Okay, so you have your thick borders, your dotted line borders, etc. Please know how to complete that. Hold on. A name range, I did that in last week's class, Friday's class. You can go check out the video. You can even, like I always say, YouTube. You have subtotals, which we're going to cover today. Okay, VLOOKUP, which we have covered. Your if statement, there's also a tutorial on VLOOKUPs and HLOOKUPs, the video. You have your if statements, I'll check the messages now. If or, if normal, if or, if and then concatenate, and then inserting a pic. So I'm just quickly going to cover subtotal and inserting a pic. Okay, just excuse the noise in the background, guys. That's my mom saying sorry. Okay, cool. So we've got that. Let me just quickly get to subtotals. Okay, so in the test or the exam, but the test, for example, you will have your table given. This is a smaller table that I'm using right now, okay? And they'll tell you to give the subtotals, for example, sales, okay? But now the subtotal must be, for this example, the subtotal must be according to the region, okay? Or province, not region, but province. Sorry, I needed to add the date there, date, and I needed to just auto space. Okay, so let's remember rule number one. I always tell you guys, go and have a look at your data. Okay, have a look at your table, familiarize yourself with what is in front of you. Okay, so you'd see you have your date, you have your different provinces. As you know, MP Mpumalanga, NC. I see there's a hand up. Okay, Asanda, I'm all ears. Must I zoom in? Okay, Kapila, I'll do that. Asanda, your hand is
Yes.
up. Okay,
Yes. Can you,
talk to
yes.
me.
Yes, you
You wanted me to
zoom.
zoom. Okay, that's fine. So everyone's comfortable with the size of the numbers. Everyone can clearly see it. Okay. Asanda, is it fine now? Okay. Morning, Kanyisile. Okay, I'm happy. Thank you guys so much for your responses. Okay, so we have our date, we have our province, you see MP Mpumalanga, NC Northern Cape, and then we have Western Cape in between. So for this one, we're just looking at 3 provinces, okay? We've got our sales rep, there's the different names. I'm not going to go through every single person's name. And then we've got the sales. This is the sales that they brought in for each sales rep. So now the instruction might be give the subtotal for the different regions. Okay, so please note this down, and I'm going to write it here for you just to see. Step 1, what are you going to do? You know that it says according to the provinces, not regions, according to the provinces, okay? So now you need to go and sort. So when you are doing subtotals, okay, you need to make sure the column that you are sorting, not sorting to, doing your subtotals in order of that column, okay? So you don't go sort your sales, okay? So subtotals is only for sales. It's to do with numbers, amounts, okay? So if they say according to the provinces, okay, or the product names or product types, or what else can I think of? There's certain groups, categories, okay? So you are going to do subtotals according to a category. So for the category we are using here is province, okay? So you first step number 1, you go and sort it. It can either be, it will depend, we will instruct you whether it should be in ascending or descending order, okay? So step number 1 is you go and sort your column, okay? And sort your column. So now in this instance, we are going to sort our province column, okay? And I'm going to say to you, please sort it in ascending order. So you click in one cell, any cell in the column, okay? So under province, I just clicked in the first cell. I tell you it needs to be according to ascending, okay? And where do you find your sorting? Remember, your sorting would be under your data tab, right? Or you can sort it in the home tab, and it's under editing. I'm going to check the message now. Okay, so, hi, Mr. Sidwaba. Welcome. So there's two options, remember, where you can find your sorting. This is now for your ascending, descending, even your custom sorting. You can get that on your home tab. It's under editing, okay? Then it's sort and filter. You click on there. Remember, it's ascending. That's where you can do it. Another way, okay, is to use your data tab. So after clicking in any cell in that column, because remember I said I want the subtotals according to the provinces or for each province. I'm going to check the message now. I need to sort the provinces and I need to sort it in ascending. So what happens? It changed. It's Mpumalanga and I have Northern Cape and I have Western Cape. Okay. So I need to sort it. So there's step number 2. What is my step number 2? This is now where I go and insert my subtotal. Okay, my subtotal formula. Okay, so it's not a formula as we know a formula, but it is where we would go to. So we've been there. We keep it in province. Please pay attention to this, and in the video you can watch it, rewind it and watch it again. Okay, so step number 1 for the inserting the subtotal. Okay, you go to data, the data tab. You'll find under the outline category here, it's on the right hand side. Can you guys see where, sorry, can you guys see where I am with my cursor? Kabelo,
Yes,
please just, okay, thank you
Yes,
so much, love.
ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. So you would go to outline, you click on subtotal. Okay, now you see it's selected the range for you, okay? You'll see there's 3 dialog boxes here. So the first one says, at each change in, remember, we want the subtotals for the province. Do you see? They are all the headings, date, province, sales rep, and the sales. But we want it by the province. So we select province. Okay, so the first dialog drop-down box we're going to select in that text box, we are going to select the column which we are using to categorize our subtotals, and we are doing it by province. Okay, next, what function are we going to use when we are doing the subtotal? It can either be the sum or to count or to find the average, the maximum, the minimum, the product. There's many formulas for that. Okay, but what we want to use sum. Okay, so we choose sum, we select sum. Now it says add subtotal to, just 1 second. We want to use the sales. We are using the sales because we are adding the subtotals for the amounts, which is sales. I'm going to click OK now. Let me just read the text message quickly. Okay, Amir, hi, welcome. So when we're using the function, we're using sum. I'll start at the top again. At each change in, we want the subtotal for each province. So basically what we're doing, for Mpumalanga, we're going to have a subtotal. For Northern Cape, we're going to have a subtotal. Then for Western Cape, we're going to have a subtotal. You'll see that now. So at each change in province, use the function. What function are we using? We're using sum, okay? And then add subtotal to, we're doing the subtotal for the sales. And then you click OK. Watch what happens. Do you guys see that? Class? Do you guys see that?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you guys
Yes,
with me?
ma'am.
Thank you so much. So let me just see, there's a message here. Hi there, ma'am. Can you please repeat the part again? I didn't see it clearly. Okay, Kanyasila, I'm going to do it now again. Okay. So basically, I would have my subtotal for Mpumalanga. There it is. For Northern Cape, I have my subtotal. Western Cape, I have my subtotal. Then I have my grand total. Okay, this is calculation of all of this besides the subtotals. Okay, each individual row. Okay, together gives you your grand total. So now I'm going to go back again. So let's say you are in this position here and you maybe chose the wrong category to do the subtotals by. So how am I going to remove it? Come back, data, come back to subtotals, and then I just say remove all. Then it's back to what it was. So step number 1, I'm starting again from the beginning. Okay, I click in the cell, a cell in the column that I'm going to categorize by. Okay, so it is Mpumalanga. What I'm doing, I'm using province. So now I'm sorting ascending to descending, or now I'm doing descending to ascending. Okay, this is just a different way of sorting. Okay, so that's step 1. Step number 2, I'm going to insert my subtotal. Where do I find subtotal? Data tab, outline, which is in the right hand corner. Easier way to remember outline, so it's on the outside. Okay, the right hand side here. I click on subtotal. Okay, now I get the dialog boxes here. Okay, at each change in province. Okay, we want it by province. Okay, next step, use the function. The subtotal, we're not using count, we are using sum in this instance because we want to calculate what is the sales for the province, for the Western Cape province. Okay, Western Cape province. And now, what are the subtotals that I'm adding? I'm adding up the sales. I can't add up sales rep because that's a person. Western Cape, the province, I can't add it up because that's a province. It doesn't make sense. And neither the dates. So I'm going to use sales. Subtotals are for numbers, numeric values. So it will be sales. Then you just click OK. There you have it. So now you'd have your subtotal for Western Cape, Northern Cape, Mpumalanga, and your grand total. Now, how am I going to hide details? Let's say you're a manager and you don't want to see all the details, who the sales reps were. You just want to see the subtotals for each province. Okay. What you would see here on your left-hand side. Can everyone see that? Capello? Sorry that I'm calling you every time, but you're the one whose mic is on most of the time. Can you see the 1, 2, 3 here on the side? That's just the groupings. Okay, thank you. So when I click on 3, nothing happens, okay? 3 is when I have all my details there and all the subtotals showing. If I click on 2, look what happens. It shows me my subtotal just for Western Cape, Northern Cape, Mpumalanga, and the grand total. It does not show me the details, the date and the sales rep. Okay, if I click 1, it just shows me my grand total. Okay, so now I'm even further filtering out or sorting my data. This will now be what a manager would want to look at. Okay, or the CEO just wants to see what is the grand total of all sales. The manager would want to see for each province. My province did this. Northern Cape's manager, regional manager wants to see, okay, I got so much sales. Mpumalanga, the same. Regional manager, the same. Okay. 3 shows you all the details. Western Cape, each person, or the sales reps, and the dates. Okay, so that is how you basically do subtotals. It's as easy as that. There isn't anything complicated to it. So all you need to do is just go and watch the video again. Okay. So now let's say, so now I'm going to remove it. I'm just going to show you how to remove it again. You go back to data, you come to subtotals again, you get your dialog box up again, you just click remove all, then your data goes back to normal. So now I tell you, okay, I don't want it categorized according to province, for example, but I want it categorized according to who the sales rep was. Okay, but for this example, I'm just going to add more information. Okay, just give me a second for this. 09 2021, and I have 09 10. Let's make that 2022 20. Sorry, 09 10 2022. Just give me a second. I'll check the message now. Ma'am, I would like to ask, when you're sorting province A till Z, that is ascending, the date and the name, are they going to change automatically? You don't have to change them. Okay. Sife, thank you for that question. Watch what happens. Just give me 1 second. Let me just remove this here. Okay. So if I say the province, look at the dates. Sife, just pay attention to the dates, okay? In this instance here, the 9th of the 9th month, the 10th of the 12th, the 10th of the 10th, okay? Western Cape. Now, look what happens. If I'm saying I'm doing it in ascending, do you see it changes? There's the Western Cape, the 9th of the 9th, the 10th of the 10th, 10th of the 12th, and the 10th of the 10th, 2020. Did you see it moved? Did you notice that? Sife? Hi. Okay, cool. So that changed, but this is for this one instance. I'm actually running out of time, but it's fine. So that would be if you are now sorting this type of table. Okay, I will show you for sorting. There's two different sortings here. When I come to sorting, I'll show you that. Okay, so this is just for the subtotals that I wanted to show you. Or is there something else you want to ask, Sife? Because your mic is still on. Okay. Anyone else with a question before I move on? Okay. Just 1 second. Okay. Cool. So now that is when you are doing your subtotals. Now remember, with the sorting, I'm going to show you 3 methods. But for now, I'm just going to show you the one method. I'll do the recording later today, and I'll post it. I'll upload it. Obviously, it uploads automatically. Then you can check how to do, or see, not check, how to do the sorting for all 3 methods. Okay, so now I'm just showing you if you sort, for example, in this data table here that we got, ignore this one here. You have your room, first name, last name, team, and payment. Okay, so now I say to you, please sort it according to last name. Okay, so you click in last name. Please pay attention to what's happening to the other information around it. And I say to you, I want it in a descending order. Do you see all of the information move? Just watch again. Henson was 582. It was Nick. It was red, and it was cash. Okay. 236 was Tersh, Tershi, Cabby, blue, and cash. So let's see if all the other column move. So now I'm saying no, I want it in descending. So Tershi, 236, Cabby, blue, cash. There we have it. Did you guys see that changed? There's 582 for Nick, Henson, red, and cash. That changed. That's the one way to sort. Oh, Zoom. My apologies, Asanda. Thank you. So I'll do that again. Just 1 second. Okay, I'll go back to the original and then I'll zoom in. Okay, here. Henson is 582. It's Nick. It's red. It's cash. Okay. So if now I want to sort by last name and then I say, okay, in descending order, Excel then automatically picks it up, okay, and automatically sorts the other columns. But this is not the case with all sorting or with all tables. So what you find out is that if let's say your table or your layout, you have a different type of layout, it may not work. Okay, this is where we will then come to use custom sorting. Okay, I'll show you with custom sorting in just a minute. So now that first method is just, if this is just a normal table, there's nothing really that can change. And as you see, it does change. Everything changes with the room number, the first name, last name, the team, and the payment. All of it changes accordingly. So Excel reordered the other columns. But now when I come to the total orders, I have the class and I have total orders, class, and the orders. Now I say third years, first years, and if you see, when I thingied here, sorted it here, it automatically sorted it here also, okay? Just notice that. Now, if you go to method 2, in this example here, and I just say, okay, I want to sort the number here, the orders, and I want to do it in descending. Watch what happens. The heading for class and orders, that moved, okay? So now, in this instance, when that happens, I have to go and manually select my range. Okay, manually select my range, and I say, okay, I want it to be with the third years, by third years. And this is where I come to use my custom sorting. Okay, and this is what we call sorting a cell range. Okay, so I select my range and I include the header. You see, there's the header class. Okay, now I go to where I can go data tab and I go to sort, click on there. Okay, expand your selection next to, let me just do this. Just give me a second. I just quickly want to do this on a new page. I will do the video, that's a promise, because you guys need to see this. Okay, so for this, I'm going to say I want to do a custom sort. I say expand the selection, continue with the current selection. Okay, now, what do I want to sort it by? I want to sort it by, now it's just saying column B and orders, which is incorrect actually. Just give me a second. It's not supposed to give me that. So I want to do it by the class, okay? And then you see here, it's my data as headers. Yes, it is selected. Don't deselect it because it does have a header. And I want to sort it by class. And I want to sort it from ascending, descending, no. I actually want to do a custom list for it. So I click on custom list. I come to list entries. Now I type in first, okay, press enter to go to the next line, okay. Second year, okay. I click add. So after typing each of your custom selection there, your custom sorting, first year, second year, when I type first year, I press enter. Then I type second year, enter, third year, enter, fourth year, enter. Then I click add. Then you must make sure that it's selected. Okay, it must be selected. Under customs list, you must select the list that you just added. And then you click OK. Watch what happens now on my table. So there I have it. First year, fourth year, second year, third year. I do not understand. There we go. It's supposed to change it. Anyways, guys, I will most definitely do the third year. Add. Okay. Okay, it's still doing the descending, ascending. I don't understand why. But in any case, my time is basically up. I will most definitely do the video later today, post it, and I will send a WhatsApp notification for you guys just to inform you that the video has been uploaded. Okay. Guys, so please, it will probably be by 8 o'clock tonight. I will have recorded the video and sent it to you. Okay.